All right, sir, if you could state your full name and date of birth.
Billy Charles McCutcheon, Jr.
All right, thank you. So you are here for two separate cases. The first one we'll go over is going to be the new matter that just came in. So this will be a new case in Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, 1 count of obstruction, Class 2 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, that's a Class 3 misdemeanor. So in your matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed here. You have a status conference November 22nd at 8:30 a.m., evidentiary hearing November 25th at 1:30 p.m., and a preliminary hearing November 26th at 8:30. Those are all going to take place at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. I do show that you're currently on felony release in the second matter that we're going to go over here. That's CR 2022-149070. Since you were on felony release in that matter, at the time this new offense allegedly occurred and probable cause was found here, you are required at this time to be held without bond in the new case. You're not eligible for release at this time. And I think actually both of your cases have no bond holds. So that is why we set the evidentiary hearing for the new charges. That's the hearing that I'm required to set here today under our criminal rules in order to allow the court to review those release conditions. So your second matter here is that open felony case, and that is here for a bench warrant that was issued, looks like for your sentencing in that one. So in that case, you now have a status conference set November 27 at 8:30. That'll, again, still be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. This is a no bond warrant. In other words, you're not eligible for release in this case either. Okay, that's pursuant to Rule 7.2. So do you have any questions, though, regarding either of these two cases?
No, I understand.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got Mr. Is it Securo? And Julia Luna will be up after that. Julia Luna? All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Alejandro Securo Ciribe.
All right, thank you, sir. So you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. In your matter, the charges are 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, which is a Class 4 felony. That's the only count that I was able to find probable cause on. They did submit a second count for possession of a weapon during a drug offense, which I was not able to find probable cause on. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going away, but I was not provided with the right information today. So the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set November 22nd at 8:30, preliminary hearing November 26th at 8:30, and that's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I do recognize that your prior felony conviction is a number of years ago. I think it was 2017 that I showed it, but I also recognize that was a weapons offense.
Yeah, but that was...
So the fact that you are now here for another weapons charge means that I do believe a bond is appropriate. So you do have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. You still have the orders that you are not to possess any weapons while on release. Did you have a question regarding this matter?
The weapons charge from 2017 or 18, whatever it was, that was from 2013 that I didn't know.
Your conviction was 2017.
Oh, yeah. The conviction was 2017, yeah.
I understand it's dated.
Yeah.
But I also recognize the seriousness of how many guns are out there right now.
Yes, sir.
And how many cases we get through here as a result of that.
Is there any way we can waive the bond and I can get out of my own recognizance to come to court?
Say again?
Is there any way I can waive the bond and come to court? Still have my own recognizance?
Not at this time. I'll let you know I went significantly under the $25,000 that was recommended by the state in this matter, but you are going to have a bond.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so Julia Luna and Martin Perez will be up after that. Hi, ma'am. Your full name and date of birth?
Julia Luna.
All right, thank you. So you are here for a bench warrant that was issued for failure to appear in CR 2021-141425. So in that matter, you have a status conference now set on November 22nd at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The bond in your warrant, which has been affirmed, is a $5,000 secured appearance bond. It looks like your prior bond posted has already been forfeited. So you will get that information here in a moment, but do you have any questions regarding it?
Yes.
All right. We've got Martin Perez. Erwin Valdivia will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Martin Perez.
All right, thank you. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging 1 count of aggravated assault involving an officer. That's a Class 4 felony. And 1 count of resisting arrest. That's a Class 6 felony.
Excellent.
The Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You do have a status conference set November 22nd with a preliminary hearing November 26th, both at 8:30, and those will take place at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix.
I just want to say that I didn't
Let
attack
me
an
finish,
officer.
and then if you want to say something, I'll let
Yes,
you
ma'am.
say something, okay? So in this matter, I do recognize your history. I didn't see any violent prior, so I did take that into account, but I do have to take into account the violent nature of this offense that we're now here
Yes,
for.
ma'am.
I did receive a written recommendation from the state requesting a $15,000 secured appearance bond. Given the nature of the charge here, I do believe a bond is appropriate, but I'm doing a $10,000 secured appearance bond with the additional orders that you are not to return to the scene, or actually I don't have that. You are not to have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and don't consume any alcohol while on release.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to step over, everything will be included in your paperwork. Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Valdivia, and Alex Johnson will be up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Erwin Valdivia.
Okay, so you are here for 3 separate cases. All 3 of these are going to be probation violation warrants that have been issued. In each of your probation matters, there is a petition to revoke filed back in June that alleges a violation of terms 3 and 5 of your probation terms. So the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. A revocation arraignment hearing is set November 22nd at 8:30 a.m. That'll take place at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The bond in each of your warrants has been affirmed. 2 of these has a $1,500 secured appearance bond. The third one is a $500 secured appearance bond for a total of $3,500 for all 3. If you do post bond and you are released from custody, you're still on supervised probation. You do still need to comply with those terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. Do you have any questions regarding these probation cases? All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can pick up that paperwork so you can have a seat. Mr. Johnson, and then we've got DeCarlo Mitchell up after that. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Jesus Antonio Dorame. And I'm sorry, what after that?
Date of birth. Thank you, sir. You've got 2 separate cases here on the calendar today. I'm going to start with the new matter that came in. This is for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges are 1 count of aggravated DUI, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, that's a Class 6 felony, 1 count of DUI is a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of failing to have an ignition interlock device when required, also a Class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of driving on a suspended license, also a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of having an open container of liquor in a vehicle, which is a Class 2 misdemeanor. Based on the financial information submitted to the court, I don't show that you qualify for court-appointed counsel. Do you believe that's incorrect and you should qualify?
Yeah.
All right, and you do have a probation matter here, which almost always automatically gets
I had
a public defender. So I'm going to probably have to change yours.
Okay.
Based on your financial situation, do you believe that you would be able to retain your own attorney, be able to afford your own attorney in this matter?
A public defender, you mean? Or my own?
Your own. So I'm just asking you this
Oh,
in
no,
order to
public
make that
defender.
determination.
I need a public defender, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All
Sorry
right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch this because I think I have you with the public defender in your second case anyway.
Okay. And I had a question.
That's been signed again. Let me go through all of your
Okay.
information since you've got 2 matters here, and then I'll
All right.
turn it over to you, okay?
Mhm.
All right, so in this first case then, you have a status conference set November 22nd with a preliminary hearing November 26th, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, you do have a $50 secured appearance bond. I'm primarily setting a bond there because you're going to have a bond in your second case, which is your probation matter. So that case is on the docket today for a Term 1 violation. So in that matter, revocation arraignment hearing set November 22nd at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The bond there is a $500 secured appearance bond, so it's $550 for both. If you post bond and are released from custody, you're still on supervised probation. You do still need to abide by all terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours. And I know you said you had a question. Do you still have a question?
No, it was just about the interlock, because I had proof that I had it for a whole year, like the DMV, they told me to get it, and then I had to get it removed this year in February, and I did, and when I went to them to get it, I got it removed from the company they told me to. I went to DMV, and they had some mix-up in the system, and it was not my fault, but at the same time, I had to deal with that.
You can certainly speak with your attorney about that. I will let
Okay,
you know
and-
that the charges dealing with the interlock device were not a determining
Okay.
factor for your release
Okay,
conditions.
thank you.
Okay. All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork over there. All right, so we've got Ms. Salgado, and then Antonio Valenzuela will be up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Rosita Fisher. It's not, I don't know why they have me as Salgado.
Has your last name ever been Salgado?
Long time ago, I was divorced in 2014.
Okay, and you said it was 8/25 of 74, that's the correct birth date? Okay. All right, so you are here for a bench warrant that was issued, that is for a failure to appear, and I believe it was a failure to appear at your sentencing. So in this matter, you have a status conference set November 26th at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix, and in this matter, the bond and the warrant's been affirmed. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. So if your plea is under the prior name or any of that, talk to your attorney about that at your next court date.
Okay.
All right? You want to step over and go and pick up that paperwork, unless you have any questions. I don't think I asked you. All right, thank you. All right, Antonio Valenzuela and then Simone De Mello will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Antonio Valenzuela.
Thank you. You are here for a bench warrant that was issued. It's for a failure to appear in CR 2023-113017. In that matter, you now have a status conference November 27 at 8:30. That'll be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The bond in your warrant's been affirmed, so that's a $350 secured appearance bond. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, all that information is going to be provided in your paperwork.
No questions.
All right. If you want to step over, you go ahead and pick that up so you can have a seat. Thank you, sir.
No.
Yep, to your left, sir. Yep, you're done. All right, so we have Ms. DeMello, and Todd Weiss will be up after that. All right, ma'am, please state your full name and date of birth.
It's Melissa DeMello.
All right, so you're here for a probation violation warrant that was issued. That's for a warrant, a bench warrant that was issued for a failure to appear at your last revocation arraignment hearing. So that court date is now on November 22nd at 8:30, still at the downtown Phoenix Superior Court. The bond in your warrant has been affirmed. That's going to be a $250 secured appearance bond. Your release conditions do remain the same since you are still on supervised probation. You're still required to contact them within 72 hours.
Okay.
Any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you go and pick up that paperwork over there. All right, Mr. Weiss and Madeline Dominguez will be up next.
Good evening.
All right, sir, your full name and date of birth.
Todd Weiss.
Thank you, sir. So you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. This is alleging 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and in this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you.
Okay.
You have a status conference set November 22nd with a preliminary hearing November 26th, both at 8:30, and those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. Given your pretty lengthy history here, I think you had like 7 priors listed. You do have a bond in this case. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. So you'll get all that information in a moment, but do you have any questions regarding it?
I do. I made some arrangements with Cody Love, and I'm going by Harry Martin. They are the main bodies for all the rehabs and stuff. If it's possible, I do have a $500 bond that I'm posting for a traffic ticket. If you can owe me and put me on major whatever community service so I can go direct, they're picking me up and going directly to that rehab. I'll be able to go and do that tonight. If you give me a flyer, I know I've been in lengthy, but I have not been anywhere in 8 years.
You have a lengthy history here. You even have failures to appear, and I actually kind of set those aside since those were pretty dated. You also have an address here in Michigan rather than Arizona, which is certainly of concern. At this point, you do have a bond in this matter. That's not going to change, at least not here today.
Little lower, so I can maybe.
500, like pretty much at the bottom.
Thank you so much.
For a new matter. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we have Madeline Dominguez, and then Daniel Nieto will be up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Madeline Dominguez, December.
All right, thank you. You are here for a probation violation warrant that was issued. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You have a revocation arraignment hearing set on November 22nd at 8:30. That will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. The petition to revoke that was filed in your matter alleges a violation of 3, 4, 5, and 7. Those are the terms of your probation. So in this matter, the bond in your warrant's been affirmed. That's a $500 secured appearance bond. If you postpone and you're released from custody, you're still on supervised probation. You do still need to abide by all of those terms. That does include contacting probation within 72 hours.
So am I going to jail?
So you have a bond of $500, okay? That's a secured appearance bond. If you're able to post the bond, then you would be eligible for release in this matter, assuming you have no other holds. I'm not aware of anybody.
I don't have any other way. I don't have $500 right now, so what does
If you're
that mean?
unable to post the bond, then you would remain in custody. You'd be transported to your next court date.
Ma'am, is there any way we can change that around and,
When that recording says you're likely to stay in custody if you're here on a probation warrant, it's true. You're listed as an absconder on probation, so a failure to check in and a failure to comply with that certainly doesn't look good, when you come into court the next time. So at this point, I'll leave it up to the probation court as to whether or not they want to change your release conditions, but at least here today, you do have a $500 bond.
And when's my next court date?
November 22nd.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you. Hi, Mr. Nieto and Luis Diaz Hurtado will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Daniel Cota Nieto,
All right, thank you. You are here for a warrant that was issued in CR 2022-146763. In that matter, they now have a status conference set on November 27 at 8:30, and that's going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. This warrant was issued after prosecution was resumed in your matter, and I did take a look at your history with pretty limited failures to appear. If I give you an opportunity to be released today to appear at that next court date, are you going to appear on November 27?
Yeah, I promise you.
All right, this time you are going to be released subject to the supervision of pretrial services. Before you go, you're going to be receiving some additional information regarding that process. It includes their contact information, because you do have to stay in contact with them and checked in with them while you're on release in this matter.
Okay.
Any questions for me?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, go and pick that up.
Thank you.
All right, so we have Luis Diaz Hurtado and then Ana Perez will be up next. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Luis Alberto Díaz Hurtado.
All right, thank you. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of criminal damage. That's a Class 6 felony. In that matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a status conference set December 3rd at 8:30 with a preliminary hearing December 5th at 8:30. Those are going to take place at the Superior Court located in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, it looks like the state's recommendation was for release to pretrial services. And given a review of your otherwise limited history, I'm in agreement with that. So in this case, you are being released subject to the supervision of pretrial services. You're also going to be subject to alcohol testing and monitoring. They'll let you know about that. So you'll receive instructions regarding pretrial services before you go. You have to stay checked in with them. Your release conditions are going to include the order that you are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol while on release. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No, ma'am.
All right, go and step over and go and pick up that paperwork over there.
Thank you.
All right, so we have Ana Perez and then Pamela Johnson. Hi, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Ana Perez,
All right, you were here for a warrant that was issued out of the Surprise Municipal Court. That's in their case number CM 2019-00441. So in this matter, you have an arraignment hearing set on December 17 at 1:30. That'll take place at the Surprise Municipal Court. So in this case, I'm going to give you another shot to appear at that next court date. You are being released on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear. I'll just warn you, if you fail to appear on December 17, it's likely another warrant's going to issue at that time. You might not have the same luck next time you come through.
Okay.
Do you have any questions regarding this case?
No, thank you.
All right, if you want to go ahead and step over, you can go ahead and pick up that paperwork over there, or they'll get it to you eventually. one, which one?
The one out of 10.
Oh, the one that we already know action? I don't see him, no. He's already been no action, his case is already. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Pamela Faustine Johnson.
All right, thank you. You are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of possession of dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony, and one count of failure to show a driver's license or ID, a Class 2 misdemeanor. In your matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you. You have a status conference set on December 3rd with a preliminary hearing December 5th, both at 8:30. Those are going to be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, I am going to follow the PSA recommendation based on a review of your history. You are being released on your own recognizance. It is going to be your promise to appear. Do you have any questions regarding this matter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork over there. All right, John Garcia, Heriberto Moreno will be up after that. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
John Michael Garcia, April.
All right, so you are here for a new case out of the Surprise Municipal Court. The charges are one count of criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanor, one count of disorderly conduct, also a Class 1 misdemeanor. In this matter, based on the financial information submitted to the court, I don't show that you qualify for court-appointed counsel. If you believe that is incorrect and you should qualify, you can bring that up at your next court date when you're in front of the Surprise Municipal Court judge. Otherwise, you are able to, you can retain your own attorney to represent you in this case. So based on a review of your history or lack thereof, I am going to be releasing you on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear, but your release conditions are going to include the terms that you are not to have any contact with the alleged victim or any complainant or witness in this matter. If there is an order of protection issued, you must obey that order. So if you were previously residing with the victim and she is still residing there, you cannot go back. You need to find an alternate residence. The only way you can go back in person, if you need to pick up any personal items, would be through a civil standby. That's done by contacting local law enforcement and scheduling it through them. And I'll just caution you that a violation of a no victim contact order and a criminal release order, which is what you have now, that could constitute aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. You'll get all that information in a moment, but do you have any questions regarding it?
Yes, ma'am. Can you share the date of the court date again, please?
It's going to be in your paperwork. It is December 17th.
Okay, and one more question as well. She doesn't live there, so I'm a little, like, how does that work?
The Form 4 indicated that at least up until today, she was residing at that location.
Okay.
So that is what I have to go off of.
Thank you.
All right? If you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork over there. All right, so we've got Mr. Moreno and then Jose Montes Juarez. All right, so your full name and date of birth?
Heriberto Moreno.
Did you say October 26th of 97? All right, so you're here for a warrant issued out of the Surprise Municipal Court. In that matter, an arraignment hearing has been set on December 17, and that will be at the Surprise Municipal Court. The address will be provided in there. Based on the minimal bond that they put in your warrant, I am going to be releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is, again, you are promised to appear. Do you have any questions regarding that?
No.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go and pick up that paperwork. All right, we have Jose Montes Juarez. Rebecca Lutz will be up next. All right, sir, your full name and date of birth?
Jose Montes.
All right, sir, you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. It is alleging one count of aggravated DUI, which is a Class 4 felony. The Public Defender's Office has been appointed to represent you in this matter. You have a status conference set December 3rd and a preliminary hearing December 5th, both at 8:30. Those will take place at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. I am going to be following the PSA recommendation here. You are being released today on your own recognizance, which is going to be your promise to appear. Do you have any questions regarding this matter?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if you want to go and step over, you go and pick up that paperwork over there. All right, we have Rebecca Lutz and Idolina Moreno up after that. Okay, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Rebecca Jean Lutz.
you. You are here for a new case out of the Surprise Municipal Court. That's for one count of disorderly conduct and one count of assault. Those are both Class 1 misdemeanors. So in this matter, based on the financial information submitted, I don't show that you qualify for court-appointed counsel. If you believe that's incorrect and you should qualify, you can certainly bring that up at your next court date. So that's when you'll be in front of the Surprise Municipal Court. They're actually the ones that handle the appointment. You do have the right to retain an attorney to represent you in this matter. So in this case, there's an arraignment hearing set December 17 at 1:30. That'll be at the Surprise Municipal Court. I did receive a victim impact statement in this matter requesting your release. I've also taken into account, I don't think you had any criminal history.
Never.
So you are being released on your own recognizance. That is going to be your promise to appear. But based on the nature of the offense here, I do still have here that you are not to have contact with the alleged victim or any complainant or witness in this matter. All right, so I didn't put you can't return to the scene because I don't know which one of you would be residing there, so I left that open.
It's me, the lease is under me.
Okay. But you cannot have contact with the victim, okay?
Okay.
At least not till further court order.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? All right, if you want to go and step over, you can go ahead and pick that up. All right, Ms. Moreno, and Jason Haynes will be up next. All right, ma'am, your full name and date of birth?
Angelina Moreno.
All right, ma'am, you are here for a new case out of Superior Court. The charges are one count of possession of narcotic drugs. That's a Class 4 felony, one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. In this matter, the Public Defender's Office has been appointed. You have a status conference set December 3rd and a preliminary hearing December 5th, both at 8:30. Those will be at the Superior Court in downtown Phoenix. In this matter, given the nature of the charge and a review of your history, I'm going to follow the PSA recommendation. You are being released on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions regarding that?
Thank you.
All right, if you want to go
Thank
and
you
step
so
over, you can go and pick up that paperwork over there.